Morning, folks. All right. Everybody moving today, man? I'm trying to get my video to work right.
Toys.
Okay, so on our test Friday, and today I have to look at the calendar itself. I'm losing track of time. Today is Wednesday. Okay, so and I'm looking at my calendar. So today we're going to do chapter 9, and maybe I may step into 10 just a little bit to show y'all the big question. I may not go up to 10 because of I hate pulling up these different PowerPoints. I'm going to have to use that PDF viewer today. I've already got it set up. It should be fine. But in chapter 10, there is a huge 10, 15 point question on your test Friday. Describe muscle contraction and relaxation. And that's a big one. I'll check the test later today at school to see how much it is. But it's at least 10 or 15 points. Okay, and I want you to give me drawings and everything, all bells and whistles. Contraction and relaxation. You got to do both of them. Okay? So that's about 15 points. And then I'm fixing to give you, I think I may go ahead and do it in just a second. I'm gonna give y'all about 25 muscles that you need to be able to match the origin and insertion of that muscle to the name of that muscle. Okay? Now we haven't covered it yet, but let me explain what that means. The origin is the end of a muscle that is attached to the bone that usually doesn't move in a movement. The insertion is the end of the muscle that attaches to the bone that's moving. Classic example here is biceps, right? Bicep brachii, origin is here, insertion is here, and it pulls the arm up. Tricep brachii back here, right? The shoulder don't move, it's the part up here. So origin, insertion, okay? And I may cut off this darn thing, it's the screen. Maybe a screen backdrop might make this work a little bit better. Let me try that. Now that gets, somebody told me that got on their nerves. I don't see y'all's in. Let me cut the backdrop off and see if that helps with the, I don't have much light today. Does that help a little bit? Yeah, it looks a little better, doesn't it? So I can at least see me, because I was like a shadow. Okay, that's a little better. And overlook my dirty house here, and possibly my psycho dog will run through here. But my family is, they're in Texas this week. They've gone with a youth group out to Texas, so they're not going to run through the house and embarrass us. So that I'll leave it like that. That's a little bit better. Okay, if I got to do some hand motion, my hands won't disappear. Okay? So everybody with me? So that's the plan, and then we'll have that test Friday. Now, another quick thought is, and this goes for Phillips too, everybody going to lab today, be careful. Make sure they didn't wax the first floor. So go up the stairwell. We may get there and they decide not to, but they didn't wax the first floor enough, and they wanted to put another layer down. Now, everybody, Philip and I both have turned on a lot of online homework, right? So we kind of flipping the second half of lab to a hybrid / in-person, right? And so today, we will stay a little bit longer today, but we're still going to get out early. I'm shooting that early lab, getting out at 12:30, something like that. That gives me an hour to go get an IV before we have that 1:30 lab. But the thing today is we got to really spend a lot of time. Y'all need to look at these bones. Y'all need to immerse yourself with these bones, okay? And we'll have the computers on. Y'all can use those. Y'all can, and I'm gonna give y'all a lot of time. Y'all probably gonna have 45 minutes to an hour just to look at whatever you want to. So it's a little bit of free time. If you want to, play stocks on your phone, that's your business. But it'd probably be a good idea to look at these bones where you got a chance to, right? And that's kind of what we're gonna do today. And that same thing kind of. And then the other thing, I don't know about Philip. I haven't talked to him, but I think I am about this. But I think Thursday I'm gonna turn on the other module online about the brain dissection, and I'll talk to him today. I think I'm going to cut the brain on Thursday, so y'all will have seen it, right? And then on Tuesday, we'll finish the skeleton and let y'all review all the skeleton and pull out the brain again. So if you want to get another look at it, because it seems like I just don't think it's a good idea. This is a summer school thing, is us to cut that brain on Tuesday and take it on test on Wednesday. That is like zero turnover. You have no time to let the brain even think about it. So basically, I think in lab, y'all know what the deal is, right? It's the brain and the muscle diagram I'm going to show you today will be on, some of that will be on the final two. There's a module online y'all going to do on that. But Philip and I are both going to do the online final. We're going to go to there's 2 computer labs on the second floor. So 11 o'clock, we'll take it together. And then at 1:30, can take it at 1:30 or 12:30, maybe even 12:30 if y'all want to get it over with and have a short day next Wednesday. Let y'all go home and study for your final, right? The next on Thursday. But we'll talk about that. But just be aware of the waxing. I did, just real quick before we dive in, I did try, those of y'all in my lab, I know some of y'all are not in my lab, and I wish I had all y'all because y'all are a great group. But I had some problems with that homework with some of y'all that came in late. And specifically, several of y'all, those first couple of DSMs, I cannot go in there and even hand grade the DSMs. They're screwed up. I was up here at 6:30 Monday night trying to get that straight. So what I'm going to do is next Wednesday, once we get everything in, I think the deadline for all homework is next Wednesday. I'm going to just go in there and give y'all those first couple because I know y'all said y'all did them. So I'm just going to go in there and put whatever it is, 6 in or whatever on that first week. Okay. And I think that'll be fair for those 2 or 3 of y'all that came in late. And then I think Molly did the wrong, or so who's that? Molly, I think, did the wrong thing or something, you know. So but you got zeros in there. If I put a 10 in, once it updates, it puts it back to 0. So I'm not going to go in there and pull them darn things up. I'd take 4 or 5 hours to try to hand grade all those again. So if it even lets me do it, but I was able to get the mastering correct. So I know several of y'all had some issues about the mastering and the infamous 7 o'clock / it said 8 o'clock due date. I still think you guys need to don't wait to the last minute to do your stuff. That's going to set you up for failure in your life. I'm just going to tell you from the old man. But all the deadlines are 7 a.m. Central Time now. So I didn't change them. I just made it say Central instead of Eastern. So the time is what it's been all semester. It's been 7 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. I know that's stupid, but but their headquarters is in the East Coast. Okay. But if y'all see something crazy on that, y'all got to let me know. I can't read your mind, right? So if you think you did one of those masterings and you don't have the right grade, let me know. But also remember that I think in the mastering grade book, it is percentage, but in Canvas it's points. So you have to divide it by the total. Look at the top column. It tells you what's up there. All right. I don't know what that's saying. We're not updating anything right now. Oh, come on, man. Don't do this crap. I've got an update coming up on my screen. All right, great.
Did you get my email about migrating from mastering?
Hold on, my whole screen disappeared, dude. I'm sitting here. I thought mine started some kind of update. I thought I lost all of y'all. Who's speaking?
Sadie.
Sadie, I haven't checked. I was up here to 9:30 last night working on my other stuff as far as division director. We had a meeting last night, so I've got my computer is going crazy right now. It's just doing some kind of stupid update. What email are you talking about? What are you talking about, Katie?
On mastering, it says I made like a 20 on chapter 7 and 8 when I made like a 96, and it just hasn't updated, and it's been like 3 days.
I don't know. It's general rule here is, and I'm sorry, my computer is just going butt crazy here. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, I have no idea what it's doing, but I'm about to have a breakdown here with my computer. All right, I can't see y'all at all, guys. My computer's completely gone crazy on me here. There we go. I don't know. My computer's doing some stupid update at home. If you have the grade in the grade book in mastering, I will get it over. Okay. Do not go crack. Okay. So I don't have time to do it right now, Sadie. But before I turn your grade in, I'm sure I'll be able to catch that. Okay. But I don't know why it's not updating. You may have done something. I don't know. But if you go to grade book in mastering and it shows your proper grade, I will get it over. Okay. The problem is if you say you did something that ain't in mastering, then you didn't do it. If it's in the grade book, because that thing, I've never had it mess up. You know what I'm saying? It works. Because that's the biggest book company in the world. And if they can't get that to work, then they're pretty much out of a business. You know what I'm saying? So I will look into it, Sadie, at some point today. I lied. At some point this week, I'll look at it, but I'm not going to get to it today. I haven't graded y'all's test. I'm going to probably grade test while y'all are working on the lab stuff. Okay? But I'll try to look at it. Did anybody else's mess up? Which is it? Mastering for the mastering, Sadie?
I also
Yes,
have the
yes,
same
sir.
problem for 7 and 8.
Who hollered that now?
Yakia McKinney.
What's the problem?
The same as Sadie said, the grade didn't transfer over, updated, and it's been like a couple of days.
Okay, just let me deal with it. Just don't lose any sleep over it. Just worry about your lecture grades, and on that one,
Okay.
I'll get it straight.
Okay.
Sorry, but it doesn't always go straight over. And we having people having trouble getting in. We still got people coming in. All right, now I'm going to try to do this thing, guys. I don't know. It's acting awful strange today. I think it is. I don't think I have. Let me see. Yeah, this thing is out. There you go. It's still here. Okay. Hang on. All right, I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to share. Try to do this. So y'all bear with me. Sorry. I hate doing it from the house because it always acts crazy. All right. Now see, I don't see my screen here. There we go. Let's just try this. Can y'all sort of see the y'all see it now? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. You will never know how much that irritates me, the waxing thing. It just really irritates the crap out of me. All right. I think we're there. I think we can work with that. Okay. All right. So there we go. Chapter on muscles. I'm going to do the quick. We're going to go ahead and mark some of this stuff. I'm going to skip over and we're going to mark the muscles that y'all got to know, because I know several of y'all are going to want to make some note cards to sort this out. Okay. So we're going to take a quick run through this chapter, and hopefully we'll do that first, and then we'll back up and then go through it in an orderly fashion. Okay. Slide over to figure 9.6. I'm going to jump around a little bit. Once again, I apologize for this morning's lovely technology. Love my computer decides to update this morning. That's just sweet. But I didn't want to drive up there and they're waxing the floors this morning. All right, close your eyes. I'm going to have to spin some of these. This is a long chapter, but this is something I want to get in case I don't. And chapter 10 is probably a little shorter than 9, so we should be fine for 2 days to knock this out. Let me let these pictures update. All right, we got to go a little farther. This could end up getting on my nerves today. I'm sorry. Come on, update. My goodness, there we go. I think we went a little too far. There we go. I went just a hair too far. Okay. All right, look at these pictures right here. This is figure 9.6. It's on page 292 in your textbook. Okay. 9.6 is the front view, and 9.7 is the posterior view. These are on your test. You're going to have to spell some of these. Others will be, I'm going to have some tables on origin and insertion, so some of these will be spelled in the tables that will also be on the test Friday. The guys, look, I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm just being straight up. Y'all signed up for human anatomy and physiology. Well, guess what chapter 9 is? Anatomy, heavy anatomy. I may, like I said, update these, but right now you got to fill in the blank and spell these. Okay.
Are these the one that's going to be for the point of insertion and all
Nope.
that, or it's just labeling?
Well, it's the same names.
Okay.
It's the same name, Simone, but this is a picture where you got to identify it on a picture.
So we have to identify this. Like,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Now, honestly, now listen to me. That's a great question Simone asked. And I pray y'all please jump in there. Look, I really do like that y'all are actually braver in here than y'all are in class. For some reason, as you get older, nobody will stop and raise their hand in class. I really do appreciate y'all. And I don't care. I mean, I don't have my double screen today, so just do like Simone did. Just hit that space bar and jump in, okay? Okay? Because I can't see all of y'all at one time. Probably shouldn't tell y'all that, but I can't see everybody at once on my home computer. It's kind of crazy. I've got y'all lined up here on the side, but it's kind of weird. And I'm still playing with it. There we go. I got a few more of y'all up. But here we go. Whatever. Now I'm looking at myself. That's great. So please, if you have a question about something, jump in there, and I'm fine with that. You're not going to hurt my feelings, okay? All right. So yeah, you're going to have to label this picture. I'm going to white these out and then number. And I'm thinking there's maybe 15 of these on the test for like 15 points, maybe 20. But I think for some reason I'm thinking it's 15. So let's just say 10 to 20. Okay, at least 10. I think it's 15. Could be 20. Okay. And that's straight labeling. Now, what I was saying, I think Simone was asking, most of the, obviously, all the ones you're going to have to origin and insertion match later are on these two pictures, but you're not going to get all of them. I'm not going to give you about 10 or 15 of those. So you're not going to get all these words spelled, but there's going to be a lot of overlap, right? So you do have some of these spelled on the test. Everybody follow that? So these are the two pictures you got to know on the test Friday, and then on the lab final, there are going to be probably 5 or 6 of these, probably 5 to 10 points of same pictures, specifically the ones that are in the online homework. Okay. All right. Now, what she does now, she starts at the head, and this is what all A&P books do. And they're going to go over all of the muscles in extreme detail. There's probably 30, 40 pictures coming up. I'm not going to put any other picture on the test on muscles except these two right here. Is that clear? 9-6, 9-7. Do not spend 82 hours learning the next 30 pictures because they ain't on the test. Okay? Now, as we're looking, take a look. And I'm going to come back and go through these a little bit slower. But when you get to facial muscles, she has these tables. I love this picture right here. Look at this. Is that not cool? Line drawing with cadaver. Okay, now see these tables, and I may have a hard time seeing them here. I'm going to have to blow them up a little bit. What we're going to do real quick to start the class off is we're going to go in here, and there is 100, I think there's like 84 muscles in here that are covered. 84. I'm going to give you 25, and I think 10 of them are going to be on the test, matching for 10 points. Maybe more, maybe 15 points. You're going to match the muscle name to its origin, insertion, and action. Okay? And what I'm going to do, we may go ahead and read these off while we're here. Just go ahead and read them off. And then we'll go back to first the chapter and go through it. And when we get these pictures, we'll just pull out some popcorn and y'all get a cup of coffee and just go, ooh, ah, look at God's wonder. Because all you got to know is these 25, right? And once we start into this, I'm not going to go OCD on terms, right? Because we're going to cover that. Once you start muscles of face, all you got to know is these 25 tables pretty much. Okay, now, in your book, this table is on page 296. Okay, everybody turn to 296. And I'm going to try something probably that's going to be a bad idea. Let me see if I can get a pen to come up. It's not wanting me to give me a pen on this thing today. It is so irritating. Oh, let me try it here. This could be a bad idea. Let's see which one I can do here. All right, let's try. I'm going to try this. This could be really scary. Okay, here's the ones you need to know on this table. Zygomatus major and buccinator. Okay, So everybody mark that one. Okay. Now I was telling y'all that one of my former students teaches here in San Antonio, and she actually made them know origin separately and insertion separately. We're not going to do that. I'm going to have matching tables of 5 muscle names and 5 sentences. And for example, zygomatic major would be origin is zygomatic bone, which we're looking at lab today. Insertion is the lateral muscle fibers of the corner or the angle of the mouth. And its action, it pulls the angle of the mouth superiorly. And this is smiling and laughing movement. So when you smile or laugh. So that's the smiling muscle. Okay. Then the buccinator origin is the motor region of the maxilla and mandible. That's going to be around your teeth. Insertion is the orbital oris muscle and connective tissue of the cheeks and lips. And this pulls the cheek up when you're producing a sucking movement, or this is one of the chewing muscles to the buccinator. I just like that because that sounds like Wendy's Baconator. So the buccinator. So I just selected 25 that I like instead of making y'all learn all 84 or 85 of them. Does everybody understand what I'm doing? Give me some thumbs up. Does everybody follow what we're doing? Okay, good. I'm moving around. I don't have all y'all on one screen at one time. But is this pretty cool? So just make you some note cards. Put what? The muscle name on one side, and on the back, put all 3, origin, insertion, and action. And don't worry about nerve innervating. I'm not going to do the nerve. And I will always have origin, insertion, and action, all 3 together. We're not going to distinguish individual ones of those, okay? Is that cool? So this is pretty easy. That's standard operating procedure. I know my friends that have gone to physical therapy school, they may make them learn just origin, but a lot of these origins are the same as you'll see at this table, right? Most of them. So I'm trying to pick some that are very unique. Okay. All right, let's move on down now. Let's see if we can move on to another. Oh, now there's going to be my problem. It's not going to let me scroll down now. Oh, wow. This pen's going to be a problem, no doubt. Let me see if I can cut this pen off now. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Now I've got these markers that won't come off. I love it. One of those days. All right, here we go. I think I may have figured that out. Okay, so let's go down to another one. Once again, if you get motion sickness, I'm probably going to give you a seizure today. Sorry. Muscles that move the eye. I did not put any of those on the test. Muscles that move the head and neck. Next table coming up. We're going to do the masseter. Okay, let's see if I can get my. This is going to be a bad idea. Let's see. So we would have masseter. I think I just so masseter only. Boy, the mark's not going with it. Everybody got that one? That's the only one. Origin is zygomatic arch. Insertion is the angle and lateral surface of the mandible, ramus of the mandible. Now we're going to be looking at these bones today, so these bones will make more sense. And this is actually the chewing muscle that pulls the jaw up when you're chewing. I like what you did here. Look, this shows you it elevating it, and the masseter here pulls it back. So this actually shows you the movement of these muscles. And when you retract the jaw, this pulls back that way. So it color codes with the action. I think it's a pretty cool table. All of these. Okay, everybody with me? Let me just do that because it's going to get weird if we. Okay. Trying to learn their little things. Okay, I'm going to erase that one because it's not marking, it's not leaving them. Lord knows if I move that down and it's on another one, y'all going to have a heart attack. Okay, so open if you got your book, we're going to flip over to table 9.5. I don't think I put any of those on there. The muscles of the tongue, we're not going to do those, but they're just some pretty cool ones. We used to do these in cat muscles. That was a lot of fun when we changed up what we're doing. Okay, go to table 9.6. There we go, 9.6. Muscles of swallowing. And we're going to do that last one, digastric. So digastric. Origin is the anterior belly. That's part of the skull, part of the connective tissue of that. And the anterior inner margin of the mandible. And the posterior belly into mastoid notch. It depresses the mandible, fixator of the hyoid bone during swallowing. So this is one of the swallowing muscles. Okay, everybody got that one? Okay, I'm just gonna leave that up. I'm gonna try something. See if I'm gonna move the circle. Okay, looks like I can move the circle, the layering here. So don't freak out because it's gonna move around. But I think I can just draw that one time and at least stop on the ones we need to know. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. This is table 9-7. I probably went too far. Hang on. Thing is definitely slow on the update. We're going to learn the sternocleidomastoid. Circle that one. Okay, origin is the manubrium of the sternum. That's right here, dead center. And its action is it flexes the head, and individually it can flex and rotate the head toward opposite sides. And so you can do some movements like this and up and down. Okay, we're going to learn that one. And the splenius capitis. Splenius capitis muscle. Origin is spiny process of cervical vertebrae and extends the head, and other muscles rotates the head to the same side as the muscle is contracting. So that one is right over here. You can see it to your right. And it's the orange one on the right there. It's labeled splenius capitis. Pretty cool. See, I like the little pictures on the right showing you how it does that movement. So that does this. Okay. So the two on this one is the first one and that fourth one. Everybody got it, Mark? Everybody okay? All right. And this is what most of us do. We just had to eliminate some of this because this is way overwhelming. Lot of material. Crazy amount of material. Next one is muscles that move the vertebrae column. And of course, my circle is off kilter now. Let's do, anytime I get to say the word multifidus, I just feel good. I smile when I get to say that word. So multifidus, a fetus muscle. And you can look over on the right, what it does is that moves the vertebrae there on the right. Origin is the inferior half of the sacrum and transverse process of the lumbar vertebrae. And its superior half, transverse process of the thoracic vertebrae and articulating process of the inferior cervical vertebrae. And it is a synergistic of other muscles of the vertebral column, vertebrae column, excuse me, and it maintains posture. That's a big word there. So this is the one keeps you from falling over when you're walking up to class. Maintains posture. Okay, everybody with me? But this is what we got to do. Let's mark it, then we can come back and go from there. And we'll come back and look at some of these cool comments and stuff. Going to 9.9. These are muscles. I've got muscles of ventilation, of breathing. Table 9.9. It's coming up just a second right here. And we're going to learn the first one, the diaphragm. So can't go wrong with diaphragm, right? So I'll just circle it. I think I'm tired of trying to mark it. Okay, this one is the origin is the xiphoid process of the sternum, lower ribs, and costal cartilage, lumbar vertebrae. Insertion is the central tendon of the diaphragm. It flattens, lowering the floor of the thoracic cavity, increasing its volume, and thereby creating the pressure that allows for inhalation or inspiration of air. So this is a huge muscle that goes down that creates negative pressure in our thoracic cavity over here that allows us to pull the air in. Now this is an AMP2. We got a whole chapter on breathing. Okay, so that's kind of a fun one we'll come back and talk about. Okay, turn the page. Keep going. We're going to go to table 9-10. I bet some of you people, we got a good group of people that look like they're pretty healthy. Who does crunches and setups every day? Anybody? Okay. Well, here's those abs of steel, man. You want those rectus abdominis, right? You're working those abs. I used to do 300 inverted sit-ups a day. I did that for about 5 years straight. And yes, I haven't done one in about 10 years. But one time in a galaxy far, far away, I got my abs in good shape. Let's learn that one, rectus abdominis, since that's the ab muscles that people work out. When you do a crunch, see, that's what you're doing. You're using those muscles. Origin is the superior aspect of the pubic bone. Insertion is the costal cartilage of the inferior ribs. It flexes the trunk, compresses the abdominal cavity, and y'all can those. That's one of the muscle groups you can work every day, because most muscles you want to give them a break and working out, but that's one you can work every day. That's the only one on that table. I turn the page. Here's some wild stuff. Did you know there are all kind of muscles up in here? You may not be aware of this. We'll come back and talk about it later. Whoa, get all those pictures off. Waking people up this morning. All right, here we go. Let's go to tab 11. We're going to learn one of these. Let's go with the external urethra sphincter. This is the one that compresses the urethra. Doesn't really have an origin insertion because it's a circular ring. And this prevents you from urinating on yourself, okay? Encircles the urethra in both sexes and females, also around the vagina. We'll come back and make a comment about that when we come back through. We'll talk about the Kegel exercises in a little while. I want to get these tables out of the way. All right, turn the page and go to table 912. Hang with me. Okay, we're going to pull two of these. These are muscles of the shoulder, the muscles that move the scapula. Let's do the first one, levator scapula. I just love that word, levator scapula. Origin is the transverse process. Now we looked at that. That's your quiz today on vertebrae, but that's a little knob sticking out the side of every vertebrae. So in this one, the origin is C1 through C4. The insertion is the superior angle of the scapula. So this one is going to elevate the scapula when you pull your shoulders up like that. Pull the shoulders up. The other one we're going to do is down here, let's do pectoralis minor. Pectoralis minor, origin is the anterior part of ribs 3 through 5, and the insertion is the coracoid process, which is that knob we're going to see on the scapula today and maybe on Tuesday. I'm going to leave the lab open for y'all to come back in there some other times in between labs, but definitely that's a really wild one. It protracts and depresses the scapula. So look over here at the blue and orange movement right here. It's these two movements. Actually, the purple, it's not blue, purple, I believe, sorry. And the red, orange there. Okay. So we got levator scapula and pectoralis minor. Okay, flip over to table 913. And yes, we are cutting this way down, people. If we did every one of these, I think it'd be absolutely cray-cray. All right, let's do latissimus dorsi, where I got the pointer. Origin is iliac crest and spinous process of the lower thoracic and all lumbar vertebrae. Insertion is the floor of the intertubular sulcus of the humerus. Intertubical groove, what I used to call that one. Adducts and extends the arm and rotates the arm medially to the middle. That's going to be the red one here over on your right, and the look at that. Excuse me. Yeah, the red one and the yellow down at the bottom picture, top picture too. So pretty wild. And then let's go down to the infamously famous, the one right under it, the deltoid. Y'all have all heard about the deltoids, right? Origin is the acromial process and spine of the scapula and the lateral clavicle. And insertion is deltoid tuberosity of the humerus. It abducts the arm and flexes and extends the arm. So that's a big one. And you can see it right there on the right next to it, the blue one there. Big one. The guys, I know don't get freak out, but this is the anatomy, and I think we're being really fair. And all the teachers at Northwest narrow this down to about 25 of these, because it just can be overwhelming, right? If you had to learn 82 of these, I mean, it really is. Okay, so on this table we have what? Latissimus dorsi and deltoid. Okay, go to the 914. Bear with me. Come on. There we go. 914. We're going to do my two favorites here. I bet y'all can guess these. Bicep and tricep brachii. So bicep brachii. Look at this. Origin is the supraglenoid tubercle, the long head. That's the long head of the bicep has two heads, the long and short head. And the short head grabs the coracoid process of the scapula. The insertion is the radial tuberosity on the radius, and it supinates and flexes the forearm. And this allows this movement right here, look, this, and pulls it up. So involved in both this and this. Okay, pretty wild. And then the triceps extends the forearm. Its origin is the infraglenoid tubercle of the long head, and it has three heads, meaning three muscles together. The long, lateral, and medial. Long head grabs the glenoid tubercle. The lateral grabs the proximal deficit of the humerus. Okay, and then the medial head is the posterior deficit. And the insertion is the olecranon process. All these grab the elbow. So this pulls it back out. Biceps up, triceps down. Pretty cool. So biceps and triceps, those are really, two of the most famous muscles in the whole body, right? Okay, let's moving on. And just let me just show y'all. Once again, I'm not trying to freak anybody out, but when somebody goes and whines about my class, right, at Walmart or whatever, it is just so, well, let me tell you what, the guy that hired me everyone put these on the test. I'd like to label that. Yes, that's evil. So these are the muscles of the hand and arms, and we are going to pick one of these, and there's about 30 in this table. But I'm not a big fan. Look at this. Look at that. He would just randomly pick one of these pictures, and you didn't know which one was coming. And I'm just not going to play that game. We're just going to learn one of these, and there's probably, 20 of them here. We're going to learn extensor digitorum muscle right here. I just randomly picked one. And this is the one that extends fingers. Okay. Origin, lateral epicondyle, the humerus. Insertion is the posterior phalanges of fingers 2 through 5. But I want y'all to think about this. Okay, everybody get that one. But look, every movement we do, look, all of this is a muscle. All of these down here do this, are flexors, and all these on the back are extensors. So what we can do with the hands is truly amazing, right? All the muscles in here. We're just going to learn one of them. Oh, did I hear someone say Merry Christmas? Yes, you're welcome. Merry Christmas. Yes. You take this in Jackson, and you're going to know them all, man. That's cool. Okay, everybody cool with that? I'm in awe of that one.
What muscle was that again?
Extensor digitorum muscle. The only one. Well, I got the pointer. Can y'all see that pointer? I can't tell if y'all can see it because I am at home, so y'all apologize that I did Zoom from the house. Okay, good question. Okay, let's go forward. Muscles that move the hand and fingers. Look at this. I'm looking at table 916. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's just skip this one. There you go. Merry Christmas. All right, moving on down to the legs. We're almost done, and we'll go back to the beginning. Make more sense. Just something we need to cover. All right, table 917. We're gonna pull two of these. The sartorius. Actually, three of these. So sartorius muscle. Now I know these parts of the bone don't mean anything to y'all yet, unless you've already had this before. But the anterior superior iliac spine is something we're going to be talking about in lab. For the origin, insertion is the proximal portion of the medial condyle of the tibia. And this flexes the thigh and flexes the leg, adducts it, and laterally rotates the thigh. So this is all about the thigh and the leg movement. Sartorius. Also, we're going to do gracilis. Origin is the body of the inferior ramus of the pubis and ischial ramus. Insertion is the medial surface of the proximal tibia, and it abducts the thigh, flexes the leg, and rotates the thigh medially. So we got sartorius and gracilis, which are two real famous muscles. And then the largest muscle in the human body, we got to put it on here, rectus femoris. It extends the leg, flexes the thigh. Origin is the, and this is one of my favorite questions on the final part of the hip, anterior, inferior, and anterior inferior iliac spine, and then the acetabulum, the hip socket. Insertion is the patella and tibia tuberosity. Okay, and so that's a big one there. So on this table, we have rectus femoris, gracilis, and sartorius. Okay, everybody with me? So rectus femoris, gracilis, and sartorius. Okay, let's go to 9:18. Okay, muscles that move the thigh and leg, posture muscles. Baby got big butt, right? A lot of songs about that, right? Okay, some of y'all's new music. Let's do them. Let's do gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. That's those butt muscles. So gluteus maximus, origin is posterior and lateral portion of the ilium, sacrum, and coccyx. Insertion is the gluteal tuberosity of the femur. Extends the thigh, especially when the thigh is flexed in a flexed position. Laterally rotates the thigh and abducts the thigh. So this is the big one in the butt there on the right. You can see it on our I guess that's a girl there on the right. And gluteus medius is right below it there. And you can see it is between the posterior and anterior gluteal lines on the outer surface of the ilium. Insertion is the trochanter of the femur, which we'll see the greater trochanter, which I'll show y'all in lab. And it abducts the thigh medially and rotates the thigh, stabilizes the pelvis while walking. So so a lot of these muscles don't just move, but they stabilize joints, as I'll talk about in a minute when we go back to the beginning of the chapter. So we got those two, gluteus maximum, gluteus medius. Let's do one more here at the bottom, semimembranous. Origin is ischial tuberosity. Insertion is posterior surface of medial condyle of the tibia. Extends the thigh, flexes the leg. Now, once again, listen, I'm going to mix these all up. So you need to make some note cards of these 25 or 20. We'll count them in a minute. We'll go backwards. I'm not going to flip through them backwards. I'll get sick probably and throw up. Motion sickness, but I'm looking at my book. I'm going to go back and I'll do table numbers. Okay, let's go to table 919. She's got all these videos. If you want to watch that muscle move, you can click on these. Y'all can download those and you can watch those movements. I'm not going to bore you with them. All right, did I go too far? Maybe not. Here we go. Here we go. 919, we're almost there. Let's do gastrocnemius, the calf muscle. Gastrocnemius. Origin, medial lateral condyle of the femur. Insertion is posterior calcaneus. That's the heel bone in your foot. And it plantar flexes the feet and flexes the leg. And then grab the one right under it, the soleus. And it plantar flexes the foot also. And its origin is the head of the fibula, proximal tibia, and its insertion is also the posterior calcaneus. And a lot of time I not put those two together. I may mix them up from different body regions on the test, okay? So I didn't always put I tried not to put two that were close on the same table. So the table is fairly easy, I think, if you just get your anatomy down. And we'll be learning a lot of these parts of the bones too. Okay, now y'all gonna love this next one. Look at all these muscles of the feet. Oh my goodness. Let's just skip all that. We're not gonna do any of those. We're not even gonna do that table. Another 20 muscles that move the fingers and toes, ankle and feet and toes. Okay. Now, if y'all would, let's go backwards and let's see how many we got. Let's see if somebody count them. I'm going to go backwards. We'll start with table 919 on page 329. And I'm not going to try to stop at every one of them. Well, I might, but I think we'll get dizzy. High probability somebody's going to throw up. Oh, why not? Let's just do it. I got to back up anyway. Gastrocnemius and solus. Everybody got that one? Somebody keep a count. That's 2. Okay, back up to 918. Already getting dizzy. All right, anybody else getting dizzy? I got 2 of these. 3, gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and then bicep femoris. Oh, did I do that wrong? I did it wrong. Nope. I meant semi-membranous. I missed that one. So the first 2 and the last one. Everybody got that? First 2 and the last one, that gives us 5. Okay, back up to 917. And we did sartorius, gracilis, and rectus femoris. So that gets us to 10, I believe, right? Okay, back up. All the way to 915. At least the table will stay up. We don't have to wait for them to pop back up, going backwards. Okay, on this one, we've got extensor digitatorium muscle, the only one right in the middle. I think that's it. I think it counts 11 now. 914. We did bicep, brachii, and tricep. 13, right? Anybody count with me? Is that 13? And then 913, we've got latissimus dorsi and deltoid. That's 15 total. 912, levator scapula and pectoralis minor. What is that, 17 now or 19?
I think we're at 15.
15, okay. My counting is bad. Thank you. And then we've got 16 here for external urethra sphincter. Table 910, we've got rectus abdominis. Table 99, diaphragm. Table 98 was multifidus. Only one. Okay. Table 9-7, we did sternocleidomastoid and splenius capitis, first and fourth. Okay, then we did 9-6, we did digastric. Didn't do any of those. Go back to 9-4. We did masseter. Masseter only. Didn't do anything on 9-3. We skipped all those eye muscles. And then we got 9-2. We've got zygomaticus major and buccinator. And I believe that is it. What did we get, Ms. Gonzalez? Was it 20?
I got 25.
25. Okay, thank you. I thought it was 25. So I think I've got, and I'm being told, I'll look at it, but I think it's 10 or 15 points to the test. Okay, so 10 or 15 points to the test. Then we got the muscle table, which I said would be 10 to 20. So let's say make that 15. So that's probably 30 points. Then we have a 10 or 15 point muscle contraction. That's 55, 60 points, right there. Well, that's 55. And if we do 50 multiple choice, what's that? There's our test. So if you put 50, if you do 50 multiple choice, which we always do, and we do 10 terms, which I think I always do, so that's pretty much your test, right? That's 40 points worth of what? Labeling muscles and matching these origin insertion. All right, how do y'all feel about that? Y'all with me? Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Now let's go back to the beginning of the chapter, and we'll walk through this, and I'll pronounce all those muscles when we get to the table, when we get to that big picture. But I'm not going to go through those tables. If y'all okay, I'm going to flip them, and we're not going to go over all those origin insertion again, right? That's just something y'all can start memorizing, right? All right, I'm going to back it up to the beginning here. Here we go. I tell you what, now that we've done that, is everybody kind of laid out the test, right? We know what we got going on now, right? If we have our 50 multiple choice on terms out of 9 and more, probably out of 10, probably more terms in 10 than 9. But if we have 50 multiple choice, I think I did 25 out of each chapter. And then 10 terms, that's 60 points. So if we have 15 points of the matching tables, that's 75. And then probably label about 10, 15 muscles. We're all over it, right? We're real close. Okay. All right. Why don't y'all I need to recharge my coffee. Why don't we take a quick break now, and then we'll come back and then go through it real quick, and then we'll be done. Okay. So once y'all take about 5 minutes, I'm going to go to the bathroom and recharge my coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay. And I'll try to call Ro here in a second.